Thank you for tuning in to another series of Arizona Real Estate TV. My name is Kim, and this is my guest today. This is Buzz Dempsey, and he is a mortgage broker. How are you?
I'm good, Kim. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Okay, so to get to know you, can you tell me about your name, how you got your name?
Well, my mom gave me my name. I was named after my father and my grandfather, and in the hospital she gave me this nickname, Buzz, and it's stuck all my life.
Nice. Tell me a little bit about your life.
Well, I've been doing mortgages in Tucson and throughout Arizona and the Southwest for the last 30 years. Prior to that, I sold real estate actually here in Tucson for about 4 years. I have an undergraduate degree and a master's in business administration from the University of Illinois. I was also president of the Arizona Mortgage Bankers Association for a couple years in the early 90s. So we specialize just in mortgages. That's all I do. It's all I love to do. And we've been doing it for 30 years.
Nice. And how did you get from the point where you just decided you wanted to be in the mortgage industry? You just wanted to work in mortgages?
Well, I learned about it when I was sold real estate in the late 70s and early 80s. And I found that I had, and from my background, I was pretty good with numbers. And I found that if I specialized in that segment of the real estate transaction, that I could have a little more control than being a real estate agent. And yet at the same time, I realized how hard it is to sell real estate and to manage a real estate transaction. So my background in management from my schooling, from selling real estate, kind of all fed into being a loan officer and doing mortgage loan transactions.
Okay, so what are you then exactly, a broker?
I'm a senior loan officer for Nova Home Loans.
Okay.
We're what's called a correspondent lender, correspondent banker. And we're kind of a hybrid between a mortgage banker and a mortgage broker. We kind of take the best of both worlds. We fund our own loans, but at the same time, we shop among a number of large investors, large lenders, and that's who we ultimately deliver the loan to after closing. Mm-hmm. So our borrowers get the best of both worlds. They get all our expertise during the processing of their loan. We process, close, and fund their loan internally, locally, and yet after closing, we sell their loan off to a large investor, such as someone like Wells Fargo or Chase, someone like that. But we're able to shop among those investors for the best possible price. So they get local delivery, local handling of their loan, they get local expertise, same time they get the best price possible for their mortgage transaction.
And are you licensed then?
Oh yes, yeah, we're definitely licensed. We're licensed by the state, have to renew our license every year, have to take continuing education.
So every year, once a year, you have to do it, huh?
We have to renew our license. We have to take continuing education. That's part of the overhaul of the mortgage industry in the last 4 or 5 years, is the licensing of most mortgage loan officers and more regulation in our business.
So if someone wanted to check on your license, is there a public database that they can go to check on your license?
It's called the National Mortgage Licensing System, or referred to as NMLS. We all have a code number. Mine is 205245. But any loan officer that a consumer would want to check on, they can check on the National Mortgage Licensing System, and they'll have a history on that loan officer.
Okay. And then the company that you're working for, are they registered with the Better Business Bureau, that kind of a thing? You can do...
Without a doubt. Nova Home Loans has been in business 40 years. They're the largest mortgage lender in southern Arizona. They do business in a variety of states, primarily in Arizona, Colorado, Nevada. And we're licensed, we're regulated. We're a big player in southern Arizona.
Okay. And how many offices do they have here in southern Arizona then?
That's a good question. I'm not quite sure. My guess would be that we have 4 or 5.
Okay.
It may be as many as 6. I think 4 or 5 is a little more accurate.
So they're pretty big though.
They are very big. You see our advertising in a lot of places. We are a dominant force in mortgage lending in southern Arizona.
Okay. So what we want to know is which office are you located at?
I actually work out of 2 offices for the convenience of my clients, because I have clients all over the city after doing loans for 30 years successfully. So I have one office at River and Campbell. I have another office at Broadway and Wilmot. So for those individuals, our customers that are central or northwest, we have a Campbell and River facility, and those east, Broadway and Wilmot.
Okay. And how do you come across your clients?
Well, from a variety of sources. My primary source of my clients are real estate referrals from my realtor referral partners. So people I've worked with, real estate agents that sell houses, refer me their clients. In addition, I have a lot of referrals from my past client database, having done over 6,000 loans, in excess of 6,000 loans. I have a lot of past clients in this town. So I get referrals from them, and I also get repeat business from them. So it's a combination of those sources.
That's good.
I'm very
good.
fortunate.
Yeah.
Business has been healthy for a lot of years for me, and I have a tremendous past data base of clients who are very satisfied with our work, and I have quite a referral network of real estate agents that have trust in me and that refer their clients to me.
Okay, so when someone's looking for a loan or a mortgage, what is, I guess, what qualifications would they look for in a loan officer?
Well, they should look for experience, first off. They want to get someone that's not a rookie in the business, that has experience. They want to ask for some referrals. One way to get referrals is to ask your realtor, if you're using a realtor, who they should use, or someone trusted, a family member, a good friend who's been through the process before. So they want to look for experience. They don't want to look for someone they can trust, someone that will give them good advice up front and will spend a lot of time with them. So it doesn't hurt for them to interview a loan officer or two, find someone that they feel is experienced, has their best interest in heart, has the time to work with them and the time to devote to their situation, and then ultimately find someone they can trust, because this is probably the largest financial transaction they're going to enter in their in their lifetime, or at least a very large one. And they want someone they can trust, who's got a good reputation and can offer a combination of value, not only a good price on their loan, but outstanding customer service and their best interest at heart.
Right. Plus, they're dealing with a lot of your personal financial information as well. So you have to have that person you can trust, I would say.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And one of the things I say to my customers is that we at Nova Home Loans, we offer highly competitive mortgage prices, but the lowest mortgage price is not always the best value.
Right.
Like other things in life, you want to look for a combination of value. So you want to look for expertise, you want to look for outstanding service in response to your needs, and you want to look for a competitive mortgage price.
Now, you mentioned interview. Are there any questions you would say to ask when you're interviewing your mortgage officer?
How long have you been doing mortgages? How many mortgages have you closed in your lifetime? What type of mortgages do you specialize in? When are you available? Where are your offices located? Can you give me several individuals that would recommend your services? And as a consumer, I would ask, why should I give my business to you? That's just a good question always to ask a mortgage lender.
Okay, so let's talk about interest rates today, because I'd like to know. What are they at? What's it doing?
Well, they've been going up for the last 4 months, since the 1st of May, when the Federal Reserve Board has indicated they may start slowing down their purchases of mortgage-backed securities. In other words, not being quite as accommodative. Mortgage interest rates have been going up. Excuse me. They're up now to the high 4s. If you were getting a conventional 30-year fixed-rate loan with 5% or more down, the rate today would probably be in the neighborhood of 4.75 with an APR of about 5.09%. Government loans are a little cheaper in the stated interest rate. They're running about 4.5%, but the APR, or the annual percentage rate on a government loan, FHA or VA, is probably closer to 5.8%, somewhere in that range. But basically, they're in the mid to high 4s right now for 30-year fixed-rate mortgages. Shorter terms are going to be cheaper. A 15-year loan, for example, is still going to run just under 4% in the stated interest rate.
Now, are they higher down payment amounts
For
shorter loans?
shorter-term loans, not necessarily, not at all. They're just a higher payment because they're a shorter term.
Right, okay. And are there any good programs out there available, down payment programs, I should say?
There are. There are several no down payment programs available. For example, if you're an eligible veteran, you can use your VA eligibility and get a loan with no down payment. You can use the USDA program. Now that's for outlying properties, places like parts of Marana, Sarita, Vale. That's a zero down program. You can also use the Pima County Bond Program, where they have down payment assistance, which gives you assistance and basically funds your down payment. Other than that, you're looking at down payments For example, on an FHA loan of 3.5% of the sales price, conventionally the normal down payment is usually 5% or more.
Okay. Now, one thing that we come across a lot in loans are points. Can you tell me what a point is?
A
How
point
does it
is a
work?
charge. It's 1% of the loan amount. It's actually technically prepaid interest. It's paid in cash at closing.
Okay.
Not all loans have points. In fact, most of the loans that we offer, although we have a variety of choices at Nova, most of the loans that I offer my clients to begin with have no points.
Okay.
And it's a function of the interest rate. The lower the interest rate, the more likely it is to have points. So, for
Okay.
example, today, if you were getting a fixed rate 30-year loan at 4.75%, that loan probably would not have any points. Another option would be today 4.5%, where the APR is probably about 4.85%. That would carry 1 point. That's one additional percent of the loan amount in cash at closing as an additional closing cost.
Now, does that fluctuate over, let's say, for example, someone finds, pre-qualifies, finds a home, puts in an offer, and then from the time of, I guess, pre-qualification to close, can the interest fluctuate between, I would say, loan offer to keys, I guess? Can the points fluctuate, or is that locked in?
Well, it depends on the borrower's decision. Once the
Okay.
borrower has an accepted agreement with a seller, the borrower
Right.
can lock in and freeze the rate at that point.
Okay.
And then that is guaranteed through closing, if the borrower chooses to do that. However, the borrower may want to wait to lock in, and if they, and with the hope that interest rates will go down before closing. If they do that, then the interest rate and the number of points can change. But in most cases, the borrowers will lock in when they get an agreement with a seller, and as a result, their rate and their charges from the lender will be fixed through closing.
Okay. Okay, so if someone's coming in, they say, right, we want to buy a house, their first step should be to contact a loan officer.
It really is.
Okay.
Getting pre-qualified is an initial first step. It's a critical first step for a number of reasons. It gives the buyer the knowledge as to what they can qualify for and what house price they should be looking at. It's going to tell them how much down payment, how much closing costs. In other words, how much cash out of pocket.
Right.
It's going to tell them what their monthly payment's going to be. And most of us buy, whether it's houses or cars or anything like that, in a very simple form. How much down and how much
Right.
a month.
Right.
Pre-qualification will tell the home buyer that. The other real key point is that these days, the Arizona Association of Realtors sales contracts that most buyers will use when they make an offer on the property requires a pre-qualification letter from the lender that says, yes, you are qualified for this loan you're applying for, gives the terms of the loan, says you've supplied financial documentation to the lender. And that's a key these days. In a very highly competitive real estate market, sellers and seller agents, listing agents, typically almost universally ask for a pre-qualification letter from the buyer's lender in order to really consider their offer at all.
Gotcha. Okay, so what documents are they going to need? What type of information, I guess, are they going to need when they call for pre-qual?
Well, they're going to need some basic information. We're going to ask them their financial information. So we're going to look for their legal names, their social security numbers, their addresses, their employment information, their bank information, and get that verbally. We're going to get their permission to pull their credit report. We're going to develop loan options for them. And we're going to get them initially pre-qualified. We're then going to ask them to supply basic financial information. Tax returns, W-2s, pay stubs, bank statements. So although it can sound like an intimidating process, it's really pretty simple, pretty easy, can be done very quickly. I do a lot of my pre-qualifications either over the phone or my potential home buyers apply online. And then typically on the same day that they talk to me or apply online with us, we have an initial preliminary pre-qualification for them, and then as soon as they give us their documentation, we complete their loan pre-qualification. So it can be pretty fast, and ultimately, if they deal with the right individual, someone's well qualified, it should be pretty simple and pretty easy.
Okay, so given that it's the first, most important probably step that they'll make in the home buying process, why would someone contact you to help them out?
Well, because I care about them. They can trust me. I have 30 years of experience. I have over 6,000 past closed, satisfied clients. I can give them a variety of references for my work, and then I'll be accessible, and I'll be very, very attuned, and I will manage their process from start to finish. Additionally, at Nova, we do everything in-house from start to finish. So we have control over the process. So we can guarantee that we will get done in a reasonable time frame, that we'll meet their closing dates, that we'll anticipate their needs up front. Because what they're going to find is I'm going to be very detailed when I ask all these questions and look at their documentation. And we're going to give them a highly competitive low mortgage rate and low fees. So that whole combination of value is worth their trust in me. And I take that as really a sacred trust. When people call me, when home buyers talk to me, what they're really doing is saying, we trust you with our finances and we want you to help us buy a home. And my philosophy is to never let them down.
Right.
That's and it's served me well for the last 30 plus years in the mortgage business. So there's a variety of reasons. They can get a great low rate, they get first-rate service, they get myself and my whole team. I have a team of individuals that works with me. They have over 118 years of experience in the mortgage business. They're solid professionals. They have Nova, which is the largest mortgage lender in southern Arizona, to back up all our work. And so we're not unknown. We're known for being efficient, on time, low cost, and that you can trust us.
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you so much for your time. Sorry about the bug.
It comes with the territory, as you can see.
You handled it well. And thank you for not answering your phone.
Well, and again, I think what I want to say to potential home buyers is that you want to get individuals you can trust that are experienced. You want to have an experienced senior loan officer, such as myself. You want to have an experienced realtor that you can trust, because you need help. This is not something you do every day, but this is our business. Myself as a senior loan officer, an experienced real estate agent, an experienced realtor can help you through this process, can give you a roadmap so that you're able to make good decisions in one of the most important financial decisions you're going to make, and you're going to end up with a great loan, but more importantly, you're going to end up with a great house for your family.
Right. Well, that sounds good. Thank you for visiting us.
I'm glad to spend the time. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Thank you. Okay, so we're signing off Arizona Real Estate TV. Do you have a website you'd like to direct them to?
In fact, it's very easy to contact us. You can go to www.buzzdempsey.com. Very simple. You can call me at 444-3982. That's 444-3982. Or send me an email, buzz@novahomeloans.com. We'll respond to you. If you want to go online and fill out an application, we'll be back in touch with you almost immediately, definitely within 24 hours. Whatever's convenient for you, give us a call, send us an email, apply online. We'll help you get ready to buy that first home.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Buzz Dempsey with Nova Home Loans, the Buzz on Mortgages, and this week's tip of the week. We're going to talk this week about credit rescoring, which is a free service to potential home buyers. Many lenders have credit services departments that provide prospective borrowers free credit report analysis. The lender uses credit simulation programs to suggest actions by the consumers that can raise their credit scores. Once these actions are taken by the consumer and written documentation is supplied to the lender can then get the consumer's credit rescored. These actions, such as pay down of debts or opening new trade lines, can result in getting a prospective home buyer eligible for a loan program or improve their credit score, which might result in a better price for their home mortgage. The best thing about this process is the lender is not allowed to charge the home buyer for this work. Borrowers should follow the lender's instructions exactly when they're given suggested actions to improve their credit score. Working with a lender that offers this type of free credit service analysis and credit score improvement can improve your chances of buying a home or get you a better rate on your mortgage. This has been Buzz Dempsey with Nova Home Loans, the Buzz on Mortgages, and this week's tip of the week. I hope this tip will help you get
a better price loan, or even perhaps allow you to buy a home where you didn't think you could.